Hey, this is Dennis from the Sales Drive Home. Welcome in. We appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you joining me. I say we a lot, but it's just me. I don't know why. But anyway, thanks for joining me. The first day of the month, and it is the Sales Drive Home. First day is always a carryover of what you did on the last day. And so today was okay. But we talked a little bit about yesterday. We talked about the last day of the month and how you're going to jump into this month and you've got to start just kicking it into gear. A lot of us in the automotive business are facing inventory issues. Some dealerships have had great few months and not a lot of inventory coming in, and so they're facing some inventory issues, but some of that's going away. We've got you've got trucks coming in. We've got deliveries from Ford, we've got deliveries from Chevy. Dodge has been pretty constant. Dodge must have had a whole bunch of vehicles just sitting around because Dodge has never stopped. So, and that's a good thing, because the month ended up, yay, good job. But how are we going to do it again this month? So the first thing that we got to do is we got to figure out how we ended last month. Did we end it with a whimper or did we end it with a bang? If we ended it with a bang, just keep doing what you're doing. If you start kind of limped into this month, then we got to start fresh. And so we just got to jump in it. Yesterday we talked a little bit about some prospecting techniques and talking about what you do when you sell a car. Write that thank you card, send that off. If you're making a little money, spend a little money. Write that thank you card, send it off, put a little gift card in there. Put a Walmart gift card or a Starbucks gift card. Put something in there so that you set yourself apart. And then once you do that, follow up with your customers, man. Follow up with your customers. I was reviewing files from last month today, all day, and I see these customers, and we were lucky. I mean, you look at their files, and it's like we sold a car. 2 years later, we sold another car. Didn't make no phone calls, didn't do nothing. Now there were, I send out the bulk emails, and so we had that stuff going on. We had some extraneous stuff that we had done, and so you've got some of that motion going. But man, you've gotta be in there, man. You've gotta be in there, following up with your customers all the time. So we jumped into this month. It's going to be a good month. We got extra days this month. Supply seems to be okay, so let's go. And I also wanted to talk about, I was digging through some training stuff that I had today, and one of the things that I came across, and I thought it was interesting, regarding service advisors. And one of the things that I'd scribbled some notes down. We spend so much time in our sales department, having sales meetings, throwing out bonuses, doing this, here's a spiff, yeah, put your customer in the trunk of the car and I'll give you $50, whatever. And we spend all this time, just driving sales in our sales department. And yeah, that's important. I ain't saying it ain't. That's what you need to do. Because that's really where the wheel starts rolling, right? That's where the whole process starts from that. But one of the things that we don't do is we have all these sales meetings for our salespeople, every day, one-on-ones, every day, doing everything. How many phone calls did you make? Yesterday I kind of threw something up yesterday, talking about a tracking sheet for your salespeople. And that tracking sheet says, what did you do today? How many phone calls did you make? How many appointments did you set? How many appointments showed up? And our sales managers drill that into our salespeople first day. That's what we should have been doing today. We should have been out there saying, hey, what are you going to do? How many people are you going to talk to this month? How many appointments are you going to set? And we do all of that for our salespeople, and they're successful. Then we walk right past the service department. When's the last time you had a sales meeting for your service department? I don't know. Probably been a while. If it's not been a while, great job. But even if it doesn't matter what you do what job you have in the dealership, it doesn't matter. If you're a sales manager, get back there with them service guys. Talk to your service manager and say, hey, let me have a sales meeting for your service advisors. If you're a salesperson, hang out with the service advisor. Give them, say, listen, this is what I do when I'm selling stuff. Because that's a sales job. That service advisor job is a sales job. A couple of notes that I had written down about the service advisor training is the basics. The basics of sales. When you are going to sell anything, there are some very specific basics that you have to start with. A few of them, you start right at the ground floor. You want to know what that process is. Is there a sales process? In the sales department, we always say there's a sales process. There's steps to the sales. Everybody knows the steps to the sale. Meet and greet, fact find, do whatever you need to do next, a trade appraisal or your test drive. You can throw in their vehicle selection. Do your write-up. Do your negotiation, close the deal, finish your delivery, and then follow up with your customer. Basic sales steps, right? Well, it's the same thing for your service advisors. Service advisors need to have a step to the sale. That steps to the sale may be, meet the customer, do your walk around of the vehicle that they're getting service on, start filling out your form or use your tablet. Start the process, open the RO, and then you need to find out some things about the customer. Do some fact finding. If they drive less than normal miles, if they drive more than normal miles, talk about how they use their vehicle. Because all that ties in later on when we are selling them products. And it's not a bad thing. Some service advisors, I think, that I've dealt with in the past, I think offering extra services like a coolant flush or a brake flush or a transmission service. I think sometimes service advisors don't understand the concept that when we offer those services, yes, we make money. Good for us. But the second thing is the customer gets benefit. And anytime you're selling anything, what's one of the things that you do? Feature, benefit, and then even consequence. So when we talk about a feature, when we're selling cars, feature's easy, right? Oh, this has the 2.3 liter turbocharged engine. The benefit to you is increased gas mileage, but similar horsepower and, merging power and whatever. That means that you're going to save money. What's the same thing when we're selling service, right? The feature is what we're doing for them. Let's say a coolant flush. The features of the coolant flush are we flush out some of the oxidized coolant, the used spent coolant out of the system. In some cases, that flushes out possible rust that may have gotten into the system. Who knows what's in there? The benefit to you is your car's going to run better. You're going to not break down in the future because your car overheated. And it prolongs the life of your engine. Those are benefits. Guess what? I'm selling you some features that you're going to get benefits from. And yeah, it's going to cost you a little money right now. But the consequence of not doing that, the consequence could be that you had to go to Denver to see your grandmother, and you're driving there and your engine overheats and it's shot. You blow your engine. Or the other consequence could be that maybe it's your wife's car, maybe it's your daughter's car, or maybe it's somebody in your family's car, and they break down because the car overheats, because you did not do the coolant flush, because you didn't pay attention to the warning signs. So those are features and benefits. Yes, I'm selling you features. You gain benefits from them. But in the long run, we're saving you money. And time and hassle and aggravation and who knows what else. So when we're talking to service advisors, make them understand feature benefit selling. Here's the feature, here's the benefit. This is what you're going to get out of it. Yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit more on this visit, but later on you're not going to be back to see me because something happened to your vehicle. The same thing goes for a transmission flush. The same thing goes for a brake system flush. The same thing goes for when you do your walk around and you're looking at tires, or when the vehicle's up on the lift and your technician comes back and says, hey, the tire tread on the front two tires, or maybe you didn't see it because it's the inside of the wheel. You know, the inside of those tires don't roll flat on the interstate or on the road, right? And so after a while, if they're not properly balanced and aligned, and the pressure in the tires always maintained, they wear unevenly. And a lot of times that wear manifests itself inside the tire. Sometimes the tire may be out of alignment or out of balance. And so when that thing's up in the air and your technician comes to a service advisor and says, hey, I noticed that the tires were worn on the inside. When we go to that customer and say, hey, we noticed a couple of things on your car. The first thing that we noticed was the front two tires have worn unevenly, and on the inside of the tire, your tread wear is down to 2/32 or 1/32 or whatever it is. So we need to change those tires. The benefit to you is, the feature is that we're going to give you new tires. We're going to balance them and align them so that this doesn't happen in the future. And then the benefit to you is that your tire doesn't blow out on the interstate while you're making a video and you crash. Or the benefit, same as the other benefits, you're on a trip and your tire blows out because the tread now has worn, it's threadbare, and it's got, it's got no tread, it's worn out, it blows out. Now you're on a trip like that guy right there towing his boat. Nice boat, by the way. So that guy right there towing his boat, tire blows out. He's on a trip, he's got his whole family in the truck, and now he's got to sit on the side of the road and wait for roadside assistance, if he's still got roadside assistance, or even worse, he's out on the interstate changing a tire. Family sitting in the truck. You don't want that to happen, do you? So let's go ahead and do this today. And yeah, you're going to spend a little more money on your visit today than you thought, but we're going to save you time, we're going to make you safe, and we're going to save you some hassle in the future. Feature, benefit, sales. And then that third part of the sale is asking for it, right? You can go up and tell a customer, and this is for anybody, you can go and do a feature benefit presentation to a customer on a vehicle and say, yeah, you know what? This vehicle's got Android Auto, and the benefit to you is that, you can use the apps on your phone, but even better, you can use like the navigation off your phone, you can use Google Maps, you can use what's the other one? Whatever. But you can use those apps on your phone, which means, you're always going to know where you are, you're always going to be able to take your hands-free call, whatever, those are the benefits. Great, we did a feature benefit presentation, and then we never asked for the sale. Well, it's the same in the service drive. You can do a feature benefit presentation and have zero effect on your bottom line, because you're doing these feature benefits. Hey, you know what? We noticed that your tires were a little bit worn wrong, and the one side of the tire is now worn down to where it's not really safe. So if we go ahead and replace those for you today, that'll make sure that nothing happens to you in the future, that you're safe. It also increases your gas mileage. You get a lot of benefits from that. Cool, huh? You probably don't want to do that today. I mean, if we replaced all 4 tires, it's going to be $400. You probably don't have $400, do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, just know that that's happening. You should get it taken care of sometime. Maybe save up. No! Stop it. Hey, listen, we noticed this on your tires. Here's the benefits. If we do this today, you don't have to worry about it. These tires are going to last you for another 50,000 miles or whatever. We're going to make sure they're balanced and rotated correctly. And let's go ahead and do that right now. We can have you in and out. I've already checked on tires. I can get you in and out a couple of hours. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that for you, okay? How much is it? Oh, it looks like the estimate's going to be $400. Oh, $400. I don't know. I know it's more than you wanted to spend today, but the benefits are going to start right now if you do it. You don't know when something's going to go wrong with that tire the way it is right now, and you don't want to keep driving it. So let's go ahead and finish that today, will we? Can we? Come on. Ask for the sale. So feature benefit is great, but you got to follow it up with asking for the sale. And that's for everybody. That's for everything you sell. Just like this guy right here. He's got a trailer. He's got a truck. He's got a 4-wheeler in there. He's got all kinds of tires and stuff that could go bad. If he goes to his service department and they don't tell him something's wrong, and he's out on that trip right now, he's not a happy camper. Oh, he's got a camper. Happy camper. Ha ha. Goodness, is funny. Okay, so I'm at my exit. We finished up. We talked about the first day of the month. We talked about some goal setting, and we talked a little service talk. Can you believe it? Have a good weekend. If you're not working tomorrow, I am not working tomorrow, so you will not see me. The sales drive is not driving home tomorrow, so you get a day off. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, please email me some things to talk about. So send me some suggestions. Dennis, DENNIS @thesalesdrive.com. Send me some suggestions. Send me an email. Let me know you watched this thing. And that's it. I'm done. Peace.